y'all, I get to the truck and I start chewing some gum, and there it goes again. It became unstable. I just started crying. Where have I been on my budgeting journey? Let's talk about it. Hey y'all, this is Rochelle, and welcome back to my channel, Rochelle's Plans. Thank you for joining me for another video. And in today's video, y'all, I am going to be explaining to you all where I have been for the past year or year and a half. So if you want to see where I've been, then keep on watching right here. On my channel, I discuss all things budgeting, sinking funds, cash envelope stuffing, budget by paycheck. So if those are things that interest you, please consider subscribing to my channel and becoming a part of my online community. So y'all, let's just jump right into it and talk about where I have been. So I know some of you all have reached out to me wanting to know like where my budgeting videos were, how am I doing, and yada yada yada. And so I want to just address it because you will be seeing soon budgeting videos from me. So before I start back into the cash planning and budgeting by paycheck and cash stuffing and sinking funds and all this, that, and the third, I want to just explain to y'all what happened, where I've been. So I was going to write up some notes and everything, just talking points, and I probably should have done that so that way I can stay on track. But I didn't. I just said, you know what? I'm just gonna go off the cusp, and just talk to y'all because we are a family. Okay, so y'all, I cannot remember when the last time was that I did a budgeting video where I did cash stuffing and things like that. I want to say it was possibly in 2022. I think it was 2022 because that's when I had my oral surgery done. It was in March. I think it was March the 7th to be exact. March the 7th of 2022 is when I had my oral surgery. So let's just rewind it. So before then, you guys know I started my budgeting channel. I want to say it was 2021. 2021, I want to say, is when I started my budgeting channel. And yeah, I was doing regularly budget by paychecks, cash stuffing my sinking funds, all of that you see in the budgeting community. But then if you remember, if you've been with me since then, or back then, that I was budgeting for, I don't know if I was budgeting for or prepping for my oral surgery. I cannot remember. It's been too long. But what happened was after I had my oral surgery, and when I say the oral surgery, it was really extensive. I'm trying to see if I want to even disclose what I had done and how much it cost. You know what? If I'm being an open book, why not? Okay. So, and please, no judgment. No judgment. This is a judge-free zone over here. And just please, no judgment, okay? I mean, people fall down, but we get up. And I fell hard. I fell really, really hard. I rolled over. I fell off the wagon. I rolled over in the dirt. I rolled under the wagon. The wagon ran over me. I had my face in the dirt while I was on the ground. But you know what? I got up and I dusted myself off. after some time, and here I am now. So back in 2022 is when I had my oral surgery, and that cost $25,000 to have that done. And you guys probably are asking, well, what in the world did you have done that cost $25,000? Some of you probably already know, but I mean, you could probably guess what I had done that would cost $25,000. Well, it involved implants. Okay. So I had, let's see, 5 implants put in, and the cost was $25,000. And my oral surgeon, you had to have that up front before they would even start. You had to have it paid in full before they would start on you. So I had to go. I mean, it was at that point where I had to get this done. You know, there was no turning back. I had to get this work done on my mouth. You want to know, before I had my implants put in, I had veneers on the top. I had veneers put in, I want to say, I think it was in 2004. So in 2004, okay, let's go back. My mom is a single parent. My dad was not in the picture. My mom worked, she did industrial work in a factory where she did okay, but I look back at it now like we were poor, but growing up, it doesn't seem like that. But when I look back at it now, like we were poor. I had my grandma there, I had cousins, I had aunts, things like that. We didn't go, I don't think, went days without eating, but we were poor. So much so that she could not afford to keep dental insurance coverage on me. I don't think she had it either. Growing up, I didn't have dental coverage. I remember though, let me see, when I was in grade school, I think my dad had it, and I remember going to the dentist a few times for, just preventative care, regular checkups, right? But like when they parted ways, like my mom and dad split when I was like 6 or 7 years old. Like they were never married, but they had lived together until I was about, I think I was in kindergarten or first grade. So my dad he didn't pay child support. I mean, he was just a bum. So she would probably say I'm sharing too much, but y'all are my family, and I need to let y'all know what happened, the build up, and then what happened, and then where I am now. Okay. Didn't have any dental insurance. So if you're not going to the dentist and taking proper care of your teeth over time, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna set up. There's gonna be decay, cavities, which cavities are decaying teeth. It's gonna be bad, right? And at this point now, like I have permanent teeth, right? I went to the dentist in grade school. We get to junior high, I'm starting to have some dental issues, right? And I think I probably went to the dentist, and I think they filled it. I think my grandma paid for it. Okay. Well, I'm not having regular dental care, and so I'm getting cavities, right? My mom, I was telling her like my teeth are hurting. I'm in pain. We go to the dentist, and she asked how much it costs to pull it, and she's like, pull it. You know what I'm saying? So that's pulling it, extracting it, versus trying to save the tooth, fill it, root canal, and crown. No, she didn't have money for that. So guess what we did? The dentist extracted it, right? So extracted the teeth, and we're talking about molars, okay? Like your jaw teeth that you eat with, right? And so fast forward to high school, that was junior high. junior high, my teeth were getting filled. High school, we were getting them extracted because there was no money. Okay, so much so to the point where I almost joined the Navy for the dental insurance. Almost, until my mom came to the table and was like, you are not, you going to college, blah, 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 blah. So I did, y'all, I had the pen in hand about to sign on the dotted line, and then she just like busted it up. So anyway, I did not go into the Navy. I went to college. So y'all, when I tell you excruciating pain, just pain to no end from, cavities or whatnot. And let me just say this too. After having all of this going on with my teeth, on my dad's side, like none of them have teeth. They have poor hygiene, but you know what? Also, I inherited like his teeth per se. It's not that I wasn't taking care of the teeth that I had. It's just that I was more prone. I was prone to get cavities more easily because of whatever my dad had. I had that because my mom didn't have bad teeth. You know, I said that to say that when I look back now, being the age that I am now, 44, when I look back, and and this epiphany came to me years ago that none of them had teeth, and I'm telling you at like a young age. And I'm so, so grateful and thankful for God and where He placed me in life. Okay. They didn't have teeth. I don't think they regularly went to the dentist. And I think they just had like bad genes, and I got that from my dad. Right, I was prone to get cavities. All right, even though I flossed, even though I brushed my teeth, all that good jazz, I was still getting cavities. Okay, so in So I told you in high school, they were extracting the teeth, right? So now we go to college. In college, I'm still having some issues, right? So I graduated high school in 98. So in college, I started working at the company that I work for now. I'm not going to disclose it. I started working there in 2001. I had my first daughter, Raylan, in July of 01. And I started working for this company that I work for still to this day in September 27th of 01. Okay. I started working there and I've been there ever since, but I've climbed the ladder, right? So, now mind you, I'm still having issues with my teeth, right? But I'm just bearing through it, right? I'm grinning and bearing it. Well, not really grinning. I'm covering up my grin, right? So, having a lot of self-esteem issues because your grin, your smile, that's the first thing people see when they see you, right? I'm going to fast forward some, so this video won't be so long. So, I started out with this company in 01, and in about a year's time, and mind you, I'm still in college, right? In about a year's time, they promoted me to a part-time manager. My mom did not want me to take this position, y'all, at all. But I was looking at it like, you know what? I get to get benefits. I get to get my teeth fixed. I get to get off the system, and I get to provide for my daughter. And so I took it. Now, was my mom right? She was right, because it did slow me down tremendously on graduating. She was like, you're still in school. You need to finish up. It's going to stop you. I mean, not stop you, but it's going to hinder you from your studies, blah, blah, blah. And it did. It really did. Because I went to college in 98. I didn't graduate college until 2006, August of 2006. I was on baby number 3. And I walked across the stage with my son in August. How I was about 4 or 5 months pregnant because I had him in January of '07. But I graduated though, y'all. So I graduated. I did it, right? With 2 kids and a possible in '04. So after about a year, they promoted me to a part-time manager. And then 30 days later, I was promoted to full-time. My mom did not want me to take that position. Like, part-time was okay because it was only 20 hours a week, but full-time, I mean, it was full-time in management as a 22-year-old, 22, 23-year-old. Y'all, it was something terrible. Let me just say that, okay? It slowed me down from my studies, but I did eventually graduate in '06. So in '04 is when I got those veneers. And back in '04, okay, now with technology and the things that you can do, the dentists and the oral surgeons can do with teeth is phenomenal. But back in '04, they had the veneers. Like, when I tell you, y'all, and I don't even know if they do this anymore, they shaved down my real tooth and put the veneers on top, right? I don't think they were doing like root canals and crowns, pumping all this medicine in my gums. Like, my gums were so swollen and so inflamed. Like, I looked like a duck-bill platypus, like, no lie, for about 2 days or so. I got the veneers put on, and from day one, I never liked them. I never liked them. I mean, I used to cry. I would tell my husband, because Dan and I got married in '03. Even though I had her in '01, we were boyfriend and girlfriend. We didn't get married until '03. We were high school sweethearts. Got together in like '94. Went to high school, went to college. You know how the college thing goes. You break up or whatnot. But then you get back together. I got pregnant. We broke up, and then eventually got back together, and then got married in '03. Okay, now there you go. So anyway, I got the veneers done, but I would tell Dion, I said, I hate these teeth. They look like horse teeth. They look so big. Still would cover my mouth whenever I would smile or laugh, because I did not like those teeth. They did not look like me. They just looked fake and big, protruding, right? Got the veneers in '04. Well, I remember in the chair when the dentist was about to perform or had finished performing the procedure, he was like, eventually, because I was asking questions like, how long would these last? And I had paid maybe $5,000 back then. And so I remember him telling me that eventually I will have to get the veneers redone or do something else because they're only going to last so long. But y'all, so that was '04. In 2022 is when they became unstable, and I had to get them. Was it 20? Was it 20? No, 2021. The end of 2021, they really became unstable in 2022. Yeah, it's when I had to bite the bullet. He told me they will only last so long. It was about 20 years. They lasted me for like 19 years. And so here we are. So Ryan, my middle daughter, is a competitive cheerleader. So I remember, I was at one of my son's basketball games. I was eating a hot dog, and I remember biting down on the hot dog, and something happened. I can't tell you what exactly it was, but I know something happened with my teeth, and it wasn't right. Y'all know when something's not right. So I remember telling my husband, and at the time, I was so happy because we were still in masking season. And I told him, I said, something just happened. I don't know what, but something's not right. And what it was is it was becoming unstable. Because like the veneers, like the teeth is here's my tooth, and the veneers is on top of there like this. And what happened was it was like coming loose like this, and I could feel like in here that where that gap is, I could feel like wind in there, and that had never happened before. I don't know if that was a good me showing y'all, but that's the only way I know how to explain it. I told him, I said, something's not right. And that was at a basketball game, my son's basketball game. So fast forward to 2022 February. Every February around Valentine's Day, my daughter, they would always have competition in Atlanta. Cheer sport, excuse me. So we were at cheer sport, and y'all, when I tell you, we were at the sugar factory, and I was eating a chicken strip when my veneers basically just did this in my mouth, right? Again, it was masking season. So I was able to wear my mask the entire time. Now this was a Friday. Now we get to Atlanta Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We don't come back home till Monday. Okay. Because competition is on Saturday and Sunday, and you have to stay Sunday because awards is usually late on Sunday evening. Okay, so we didn't get a chance to fly out until Monday morning. So when I texted my daughter, I was like, Ryan, my teeth just fell out. And we're at a big table, like, cheerleaders and cheer moms or whatnot. And I caught them in my mouth. But it was just like, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. I cannot do this, right? I had to take my thumb and push up my tooth like in my mouth. It was just a whole thing, y'all. We ended up leaving early. I think we ended up leaving. Or maybe I stayed so that she could, still fraternize with the girls, her cheer teammates and stuff like that, stunt group. But anyway, we ended up leaving. I texted my husband, told Dion, and at the hotel we stayed at the Marriott Marquis downtown Atlanta, and underneath the hotel is a Walgreens. This is a Walgreens or CVS, and I'm looking all online, like how to stabilize your veneers and blah blah blah, this and that, whatever, and it's talking about like denture paste, all this kind of stuff. Y'all, that stuff did not work. I went and spent money. It did not work. So basically that entire weekend, so that was Friday night. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I didn't eat anything because we had an early flight, I want to say. Maybe it was like 8 o'clock, something like that, for our flight back home. So I couldn't eat anything. So that was the entire weekend. Come back home. I go to the dentist. I make an emergency appointment, and she puts something in there. But she tells me, she's like, "Hey, you know what? This is not gonna last long at all. Maybe a day." Y'all, I get to the truck, and I start chewing some gum, and there it goes again. It became unstable. I just started crying. So then I called the oral surgeon. And I'm like, "Look, we got to schedule it." That was February. I was getting my implants done in March the 7th. So it was like around February, like 18th, 19th, March the 7th, I was getting my oral surgery done. So taking out those teeth and putting in the implants. Okay. Like I said, I had 5 implants in the top. So y'all asking, well, where'd you get $25,000 from? Well, I was cash stuffing already. I didn't have $25,000 saved up, but we had some savings. Had depleted all of our savings, and I was asking my husband. He was like, "You got to get it done. You got to get it done. So take it. You know what I'm saying? That's what savings is for. Take it." And I went into my 401k. So I went into my 401k to pay for the rest of it. And like all of my sinking funds, like all of my envelopes, like they were depleted. Since I pulled from my 401k, of course, my checks are going to be lower because I'm paying that back. And which entails that I could not contribute to my sinking funds like I wanted to, because now like my checks are like shorter than what they normally are, on top of still contributing to my 401k, because I still contribute to my 401k still to this day, and even still while going through all of that. So I still contribute to my 401k. I'm paying back on that loan, and it'll be done in 2025. What else? Oh, and still contributing to, like, because I carry our medical, dental, and vision insurance. I carry all of that, and I still put into our flexible spending account. And what else? And then try to save some money on the side in the credit union. And that's where we are. So I had to deplete all of my sinking funds, envelopes, everything, in order to not have to take out as much out of my 401k to help pay for my surgery. So y'all, that is where we are. This is my budget binder, and this is my workbook where I figured out like my sinking funds and things like that. So I just wanted to have these here so that way, I just had something else in the background other than my hands. Oh, y'all, this is 30 minutes. I'm going to have to cut this down some. But y'all, that's where I have been. But I wanted to come on and explain that to y'all because when I started back budgeting and everything, my envelopes are going to be bare. So I'm starting over. But y'all, I'm back. I'm ready to do this. It's a new year. 2024 is my year. And I'm back and I'm ready to go. So if you have any questions, leave them down below. Stay tuned because I will be back budgeting and cash stuffing. Cash stuffing a little bit. We'll see. I'm going to explain everything to y'all when I get to that video. But y'all, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to follow me over on Instagram at Rochelle Budgets. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, like I said, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe and become a part of my online community. So, yeah, y'all, I will talk to y'all in another video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye, guys.